My Lords, I too am very grateful to Noble Lady Baroness Burt for bringing forward this question for short debate. And of course it follows a very good debate on the Noble Lord Woodley's Private Members Bill, and we can focus on this important issue again. I spoke in that debate at some length, and I've got limited time today, so I hope the House will forgive me if I don't repeat the points I made then, because we know the essential points. It's a long-standing issue. It's a real injustice. It's been said by a number of people it's a stain on our justice system. Improvements have been made, yes, but more needs to be done. And as a noble Lord, my noble friend, Lord Morland, said, we all want to make things better, especially the officials, and a lot of work has been done. I have to say, though, I'm not convinced. I recognise noble Lord Hastings of Scarisbrooke's passion and commitment to this, but I'm not persuaded that comparisons with President Assad will necessarily advance the debate. HMPPS's report, I hope those are medical, not whips coughs at this point, came out on the 15th of November, and it's a very interesting report. There's a few points I'd like to pick up, and I should make clear, because of pressure on my time, I haven't been able to give the Noble Lord the Minister advance notice of these points. I'm very happy with a letter in response. I don't expect a detailed oral response. On page 3, the report says, as we all want to, see the number of IPP prisoners in prison and in the community, i.e. on licence, reduce. Well, yes, but of course it's a little bit more complex than that, because we want to reduce numbers in prison, but even if that means also, do we want to reduce numbers in prison, if that means reducing numbers in the community on licence? Well, yes. So we may see numbers on licence go up as a consequence of numbers in prison going down. Equally, we don't want to reduce numbers in the community if they've been recalled into prison. So we do need to look at these figures carefully and not just as a totality. Because as my noble friend Lord Morland said, what is our aim here? What are we trying to do? There must be, I suggest, an irreducible number of IPP prisoners, no doubt because, as Baroness Blower said, the state's actions, I'm afraid, have probably made some of these people unreleasable. And I'm not going to get into the resentencing debate today. But we have seen in the data there has been a significant decrease in oral review hearings before the parole board. 1,317 in 2018-19, 792, 22 to 23. That's a 40% drop. The rate of release at those hearings has remained constant. So one of the reasons we're getting fewer prisoners out is we're having fewer hearings. Now, why? Is that because prisoners with difficult cases are not being brought forward, or is there some other reason? The second point made by the noble learned Lord Thomas of Cumgeath, number of re-releases following a recall. Prisoners are spending nearly 2.5 years in prison now after a recall, and I'm concerned that makes them very hard to release thereafter. They are back into the prison system. Is that because there are fewer review hearings taking place? Are those two points connected? I suspect they might be. The last point, in the 30 seconds before the coughing starts, the number of IPP prisoners convicted later of a serious further offence. Now, in the report, it's rare. It's less than 0.5%. But those are the prisoners on licence. I'm interested in the number of reoffending prisoners after their licence is terminated, because we know there is a significant reoffending rate in our criminal justice system generally. And I would be interested to know, I've asked for this before, I still haven't had it. I would like to know a comparison between A, the general reoffending rate, B, the reoffending rate of IPP prisoners on release after the licence period, and C, for comparison, the reoffending rate of prisoners whom the government was happy to release early in the August scheme. Comparing those 3 points of data would, I think, be interesting. To stave off any further coughs, I will conclude my remarks at that point. I'm grateful.